In the early 1900s, African Americans found themselves navigating new terrain, college campuses. Students organized underground networks that provided community, service, and camaraderie. Eventually, those networks expanded into 9 fraternities and sororities called the Divine Nine. Tonight, we're excited to present the first episode in the special series, Crossing Over, Black Greek Life. The Divine Nine. I've heard about this organization my entire life, and I'm a bit of a legacy. My sister's a Delta, my cousin's a Delta, my aunt's an AKA. I could go on and on. But the truth is, even though I'm surrounded by this incredible culture, I only know the basics. And who could blame me? No one teaches you this in school. So to learn about this incredible culture, I called Todd Sterling. So what makes up the Divine Nine? The
Divine Nine is the group of the 9 Black Greek letter organizations that make up the Divine Nine.
Why were these organizations founded? Wait. Time out. If you want to really understand the history of the Divine Nine, you need to take a step back. A couple steps back, actually.
My name is Walter Kimbrough, and I am the author of Black Greek 101, The Culture, Customs, and Challenges of Black Fraternities and Sororities. The fraternity and sorority movement in the United States begins in 1776 with the founding of Phi Beta Kappa. It really sort of branches off from the literary societies that existed in higher education, but they served an even broader purpose. Like most things at that point in time in American higher education, most of the students were white and upper middle class. There were very few black students, and they didn't really arrive to campus until the early 1800s.
Why were these organizations founded?
The organizations were originally founded because there were so few African Americans going to college, and it gave African Americans who were like-minded an opportunity to come together.
It sounds to me like trying to create a network, a safe haven to be in at an all-white university.
Absolutely.
That predominantly white university was Cornell. In 1904, 6 black students attended, and they didn't come back the next year. So by 1906, new black students were desperate for a community. Alpha Phi Alpha was the result.
The Alpha Phi Alpha was founded December 4th, 1906, and it was founded by our 7 jewels.
Alpha Phi Alpha was just the beginning. After that, black fraternities started popping up in droves.
Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated, founded 1911 at Howard University in Washington, D.C. Omega Psi Phi Incorporated, founded 1911 at Howard University. Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated, founded 1914 at Howard University. Iota Phi Theta Incorporated, founded 1963 at Morgan State University in Baltimore, Maryland.
Now, these organizations in the Divine Nine were just the ones that stuck. What if I told you there were actually dozens of Black Greek life organizations? Let's check back in with our expert for some context.
When we think about historically black fraternities and sororities today, we hear the term the Divine Nine, and so most people think there are only 9 of these groups. In actuality, there have been over 70 black fraternal organizations that have existed in the United States. They might be known as Wine Psi Phi or Whiskey Psi Phi. Others then might have more Afrocentric names and an all Swahili name like Malik Sigma Psi. It started off all Swahili, they added Greek letters later on as a part of what they did. So we focus a lot then on people who want to be part of the Divine Nine organizations.
But of course, there's another aspect of Black Greek life that I've been neglecting. It's the women's side. Deville Essex is a 101-year-old AKA from Louisiana, making her the oldest member in her chapter. So what year did you cross?
I don't say cross. What year did I become an Alpha Kappa Alpha? It was in 1953, on May 2nd, at Grambling. Epsilon Psi Omega was the chapter there, and I was among the first women added to that charter chapter. I graduated from Grambling in 1945, and Greeks were not a part of Grambling at that time. I had been out of college 11 years when the graduate chapter, Epsilon Psi Omega, was chartered at Grambling.
Well, if they didn't have any Greek activity on the Grambling University in 1945, how did you find out about AKAs?
Well, we had teachers, members of the faculty who were AKAs, and really when they got ready to charter that chapter, they had to get women from Mendon, Monroe, and Shreveport to make the number for chartering. But so I knew about them, and I was inclined to follow that. And when it came along, they invited me, and I accepted.
Yeah, suppose you were not invited. Would you be able to just sign up?
No, some Greek organizations, they can apply, but you have to be invited. And we are encouraged not to say that you're going to invite. I wouldn't tell you I was going to invite you just in case the membership said no.
Alpha Kappa Alpha was the first black sorority. It was founded by Ethel Hedgeman at Howard University. She gathered 12 other ladies to organize it, and it was modeled after both Alpha Phi Alpha and white-only women's organizations at Brown.
Our theme, service to all mankind. You look at all people who need help and help them, but you carry yourself in such a way that those looking at you want to be like you. That's the basic thing.
More sororities started after the AKAs.
Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, founded 1913, Howard University. Zeta Phi Beta Incorporated, founded 1920, Howard University. Sigma Gamma Rho Incorporated, founded 1922 at Butler University.
Things have certainly changed since 1906. Black Greek membership is up, and it's not uncommon to find members in different parts of the world. I'm learning that this culture is rich, it's historic, and it's unique. Another example of Black perseverance. Episodes of Crossing Over Black Greek Life will air on Fridays for the rest of this month, so I hope you guys stay tuned with us.
Well, they made it happen. They were crusaders.
They were definitely crusaders. They made a network, and it was very imperative for them
Love
to
it.
exist.
Can't wait to keep on seeing that.